The Great Pyramid is not just a monument to a dead king. It is a monument to the human fear of being forgotten. And that is why, after 4,000 years, we are still looking up at it in silence. Before the noise of Cairo, before the crowds, before the cameras, there was only desert, wind, and a shape rising from the earth. For more than 4,000 years, the Great Pyramid of Giza has stood almost like a question carved in stone. It was not built for a living king to enjoy. It was built for a dead king to survive eternity. That king was Khufu, a pharaoh of Egypt's old kingdom, ruling a land shaped by the Nile, the sun, and death. To the ancient Egyptians, death was not an ending. It was a dangerous journey into another form of life. The pyramid was meant to protect the king's body, honor his power, and guide his soul beyond the human world. Every stone was part of a belief. That order could defeat chaos, and memory could defeat time. But the Great Pyramid was not only a tomb, it was a message to every generation that would come after. It said, this king was not ordinary. His power was stone, his name was horizon, and his silence was eternal. Today, many people ask how it was built, but the deeper question is why it had to be built at all. The answer begins with Egypt itself, a civilization that watched the Nile die and return every year. Flood, harvest, drought, renewal. The rhythm of nature taught them that death could be followed by rebirth. So when a pharaoh died, Egypt did not simply bury a man. It prepared a god for the next world. The Great Pyramid was Khufu's bridge between earth and sky, between royal flesh and eternal spirit. Its shape pointed upward, but its meaning went downward, deep into chambers, corridors, and hidden stone silence. Inside, there are no rich painted walls like later Egyptian tombs. The Great Pyramid speaks through emptiness. The corridors are narrow. The air feels heavy. The stones seem less like architecture and more like a warning. At the heart of the pyramid lies the king's chamber, built from granite, brought from far away. There in silence sits a stone sarcophagus, simple, severe, and empty. Whatever treasures once existed are gone. Whatever body once rested there has vanished into history. And yet the pyramid remains, as if the tomb survived even when the king did not. For centuries, legends filled the gaps. Curses, hidden rooms, lost knowledge, and impossible engineering. But the real story is not weaker than the legends. It is stronger because it belongs to human hands. The builders were not mindless slaves from a fantasy. They were organized workers in a powerful ancient state. They cut stone, hauled blocks, baked bread, brewed beer, and lived in a world built around royal duty. The pyramid was not only engineering, it was administration, food supply, faith, labor, mathematics, and command. Every block required planning. Every ramp required discipline. Every mistake could cost time, strength, and lives. When we look at the pyramid, we do not only see a king's ambition, we see a whole society moving as one body. Originally, the Great Pyramid may have shone under the sun, covered in smooth white limestone casing stones. Imagine approaching it in the ancient world, not as a ruin, but as a blinding mountain of royal light. It was designed to overwhelm the eye and humble the heart before the power of the pharaoh. Nearby stood other monuments, temples, causeways, smaller pyramids, and eventually the silent face of the Sphinx. Together, they formed a landscape of death, power, worship, and royal memory. This was not a random grave in the desert. It was a carefully planned, sacred machine. The Great Pyramid is not just a monument to a dead king. It is a monument to the human fear of being forgotten. And that is why, after 4,000 years, we are still looking up at it in silence.